Good evening. Please show me your tickets. The entrance is straight ahead. Use your own earphones and connect to the Wi-Fi in our museum to listen to the explanations. I'm sorry, but we no longer have interpretation devices due to technical upgrades.
Thanks. This is the diary of an Egyptian doctor from the Ptolemaic dynasty. It says that the doctor's wife had been suffering from a chronic heart condition and was slowly dying. He tried to find a cure and prayed with the priests at the shrine every day to no avail. Eventually, he bought a slave and wanted to exchange his heart with that of his wife's as a last resort. Of course, he didn't succeed. He dissected his wife's heart in an attempt to pinpoint the cause of the disease. Perhaps the doctor believed that the one who took his wife away wasn't Osiris, but her disease. Unfortunately, during his time, it would have been impossible to pinpoint the cause even if he dissected the heart. It's in the explanation. I'll get going first. This is the last exhibit. Thanks for your pen. Is there anything else? Sure.
When did you come in?
I wasn't sleeping too soundly. You're welcome. You can take a look at the notebook after you give me back my glasses. Is this how you normally give people back their glasses? I drew it during my free time just to speculate on the cause of the Egyptian doctor's wife's disease. His records are very detailed, not to mention speculative and unconfirmed. The continuous development of modern medicine has its roots in the trial and error and experiences of our predecessors. When someone leaves behind their experiences and questions, it's only natural for someone else to summarize and answer them. It's time for me to start work. It's not like I'm a doctor who works at the hospital 24/7.
We can meet somewhere else.